Well, my name is CJ Jensen, and I have a business called C Jewelry. And what I do is I crochet wire, and I use that as a base, and then I incorporate vintage pieces of jewelry. So I repair and incorporate old things and try to make them new. Well, I grew up in Montana, and I was about 1,000 miles away from my grandmother, who is one of my closest friends. And when she passed away, I got all of her jewelry. And it was this beautiful jewelry that wasn't a style I would wear, it wasn't colors I would wear. And so I held on to it for a while and tried to figure out how can I use this, keep my grandmother with me and appreciate this, but do it in a way that's me and is my style. So that's kind of how the idea was born. The crocheted wire came from the fact that I'd been thinking about jewelry and crocheting baby blankets, and my husband had this great little roll of hardware wire sitting on the counter. And I saw it, and I had my hook, and there was the wire, and that's how it started. And the crocheted wire is like a really amazing base to hold these pieces that are actually fairly heavy a lot of times. Probably the most special thing about how my work is created now has become the relationships with the people. Because what happens for most of my work is people bring me their special pieces, their grandmother's pieces, their great-grandmother's pieces, and they say to me, I love your work, what can you do? And so I sit with them and I spend that time with them, and that really has become kind of the heart of my business. It's a business, but it's really making friends. And people joke around and say, I paid a lot of money to be your friend. But you know, it really is, and I've stayed friends with a lot of these people. I actually had a client not very long ago contact me, and she had her grandmother's jewelry. And she brought it all to me, and we sat down and we planned jewelry for her, her 4 daughters, and her 6 granddaughters. And so, and then I suggested to her, why don't you write a story about your memories of this jewelry, about the people who wore it. And it was this fabulous party. We got together, everybody got to open it all at the same time. And it was this unique intergenerational experience for all of these people. And it was so lovely to be part of those people's lives and have my art be such an important thing for them, which is just fabulous. I think for me, the biggest thing is being able to keep my business small enough that I can still interact with my customers, but still grow the business. And that's a huge, huge challenge for me, is how do I still have personal interactions with all of my customers and put the 6 to 8 to 12 hours into some of this jewelry that it takes me to make these things. I think the next step for me is how do I expand my clientele beyond where I'm at right now? How do I get the word out to people who are in other states and other countries? I got my first order from Australia the other day, and it was crazy. She sent me the stuff in the mail, and I made it and sent her pictures and sent it all back, and that's like amazing. That's like international communications on like this huge level, and it's like, my art is in Australia, this is awesome. So now on Facebook I suddenly got these Australian likes, and it was so fun. So my name is CJ Jensen, my business is C Jewelry, and I'm a raw artist.